God, dude, I really wish I could have gotten my hands on an NES Classic. It just looks like so much fun. Yeah, it sucks how they all just, went poof, instead of giving us more. Nope, ceased production. Oh, well, I mean, I was more of a Super Nintendo kid growing up anyways. Now the SNES Classic, that's where it's going to be at for me. Yeah, okay. You really think after all that backlash from the NES Classic, that's even going to be an idea right now? You're right. I guess I was just being hopeful. Alright. Let's see what we got going on in video game news. What the fuck? It's coming, you guys. Something we've been waiting for since what, practically last fall? The Super Nintendo Classic, a compact little device of pure 90s nostalgia. As you saw in the little intro video, the Super Nintendo obviously holds a huge chunk of my gaming admiration. Now I did have, a classic Nintendo as a kid growing up, but my memory goes as far back as to where, it was pretty much just always there. Not saying that I don't like it, because I also love the classic Nintendo with all my heart. But what was probably Christmas morning, 1994 or so? Can't really remember. Me and my brother woke up, look under the tree, and we see this decently sized box. Nice, packaged everything, with both of our names on it from, Santa. When we opened it, we were absolutely thrilled to see what was inside. Not only were we thrilled about it, but we had no idea that it was probably going to be the console that gave us the beginning of our overall video game experience. Now, I actually own a Super Nintendo, like an actual Super Nintendo, not Super Nintendo Classic. Well, obviously it's not out yet, but I mean, here, let me just show you. Super Nintendo! I also own some of the games that are going to be included on the roster, such as Mario Kart, Star Fox, Yoshi's Island, Super Mario RPG, and Street Fighter II Turbo. These are all amazing games that I do plan on getting with the Super Nintendo Classic because it comes with it. But now I'm going to be able to play them in beautiful HD. If, I can manage to get my hands on one. But obviously, this device has much more to offer than, the games I already have. Quick little story time. When I was a kid with the Super Nintendo, I played several games on it. Plenty. I mean, we had Blockbuster, Flix Video, Hollywood Video, Albertsons. What? We went renting video games everywhere. But as I got older, I kind of branched away from the whole retro gaming thing and, in favor of my PS2 and all of that, which ultimately led to me giving away my Super Nintendo to a family friend's son who was just about the same age as I was when I started playing Super Nintendo. But eventually, as I got older, probably, junior year, senior year of high school, I was playing emulators, playing ROMs, but I just missed the real thing. So what did I do? I hit up the kid, who is now a teenager himself. I look at him, and I say, hey, do you still have my Super Nintendo? His answer was devastating. His answer was, no, I got tired of it, so I sold it at a garage sale. At a garage sale. So this righteous act of kindness that I bestowed upon this kid ultimately just led to nothing but regret. Not only was my Super Nintendo gone, but all the games that I gave to him. But with the Super Nintendo Classic, some of these games that I did give to him, I'll be able to play again, such as Super Mario World, A Link to the Past, Mega Man X, and Donkey Kong Country. So I touched on the games that I already own, that I'm going to enjoy playing again. I touched on the games that I used to own, that I'm going to play again. But what about some of the games that are on the roster, that I haven't actually played, or maybe have just seen be played, just really haven't touched on too much that I am looking forward to. Let's start this off with Earthbound. A fun, extremely inventive RPG that I truly only have memories of watching others play. I played most of Earthbound Beginnings when it was released on the eShop for the Wii U, but I'm really looking forward to the Earthbound game that sparked up in the West in the 90s. Final Fantasy III, also known as Final Fantasy VI, arguably one of the best Final Fantasy games ever made. I'm a Final Fantasy VII buff myself, but I've only heard and seen videos of the greatness that is Final Fantasy VI. And honestly, I can't wait to grind away and show that stupid clown Kefka a thing or two. Stupid clown. This one should be easy. Star Fox 2. Have you ever played an official release of it? Then we have the infamous Super Metroid, the second home console release of the adventures of Samus Aran. When I tried playing this game as a wee young lad, I enjoyed it, but there was something about the exploration that led to a 5-year-old version of me to just get frustrated and inevitably just end up watching my older brother play it. So this one has kind of a different vibe on my little list. The Secret of Mana. I won't lie, I don't think I have any memory of seeing this game played or me even playing it, but honestly, it might be the game that I'm most excited to play. I love RPGs, it's honestly my genre of choice, so to see such an innovative game of the genre returning to our hands and TV screens is such a breath of fresh air. And on top of it, this game and all the other games that have it will be supporting multiplayer. That's beyond great, especially since they're including 2 controllers with the Classic. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap things up, but before I do, here's a super fast list of games that I personally would have enjoyed seeing on the Super Nintendo Classic. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Turtles in Time, Super Mario All-Stars, Legend of the Mystical Ninja, Battletoads and Double Dragons, Super Bomberman 3, Worms, Zombies Ate My Neighbors, Spider-Man X-Men, the arcade game of course. Then, the ultimate letdown. Chrono Trigger. Why was there no Chrono Trigger on this? Why? You had one job, Nintendo! One job. Put the best RPG of the Super Nintendo onto the Super Nintendo Classic. Why? Just... No!